If my enemy is deceived by the way I look, all the better, Lane said. Hey, she's kind of sassy. If you don't want her, I'll take her, Sethlin said. And she realized all the stuff they said about training her to be a warrior was said in jest to provoke her. It was like her coworkers at the movie theater saying she could be promoted without actually promoting her. All white women are nice, the new manager at the movie theater said, but I kinda like them sassy. I was just making a little joke, he said when she called him out. She saw it in the eyes of her coworkers, hungry wolves. You look pretty enough to eat, and I think I will, their eyes seemed to say. Boys cried love like wolves. Did she have to sacrifice her integrity that she sometimes struggled with? He touched her on the part of her back between the soft and hard part. It turned her brain to marshmallow fluff. He always seemed so available to her even when dating other people. It wasn't loyalty, but different values. To me, that's not a joke, she said. She worked hard on her writing at the movie theater. It felt like it was the only chance to get away. She would be good for a night, then she'd just get in my way, Cucullin said. Besides, there are a lot of women who want me. He called her something endearing that was not quite appropriate at work, and this also made him vulnerable, who was tame, and who was just used to getting what they wanted. She couldn't tell if he was a wolf or a rabid dog, but at the doctor's a few days before she'd gotten her rabies and pertussis shot, there was a resurgence of whooping cough. She was like a wild mare trying not to be roped. The feminine part of her would look to the feminine part of them and ask for sympathy, because the truth was even guys could get their hearts broken. Just be careful, she told herself. Even her brother said she was naive. There were wishes that hadn't been fulfilled, but she was here fighting, trying, and remaining an active participant in her own destiny. She would choose her imagination over her history. In a dream, she was locked in a room that felt like a box. There was a man outside, but he was only a shadow. She was just another body under a lock and key. You can like and you can love them, but just don't fall in love with them, she thought. Qualunque sia ostacolo, dovete superarlo, pensai. Whatever that obstacle is, you need to push through it, whether it was sin or something else. At the new school, she thought she'd sneak out the back where the boys played, instead of the front door, where the men waited and said thank you very, very much. Lane kept seeing signs for the fox, which made her think stealth, wisdom, and discernment. La astuzia, la capacità di trovare soluzione in situazioni difficili. It meant the ability to find a personal advantage even in negative situations. And though her pronunciation of the language didn't do it justice, she still had to try. Fubrizia was a similar word. The word furbo meant clever or sly like a fox. The fox was able to craft around any negativity thrown its way. There are always a lot of energies around, but if she stayed true to her peace and process, the fox let her know when a new opportunity had run its course, or when to stick things out. She watched it dart into the forest. Each animal had its own strengths and weaknesses, and she found herself drawing on them more to find her own. The fox could turn darkness into light, anger into positive creation. It used self-care and preparation in dire times to respond to challenges in determined and even playful ways. No matter what others thought, she finally felt like the main character in her own life. There was always advantages to questioning where she was. In fact, she could appreciate everything she'd been given and had earned because she recognized just how much it took to get it. There was no shame in questioning her faith, so long as she remained true to who she was. She would come out of the other side stronger, embracing her individuality and celebrating the person she had become because of all the real work she took to get there. She realized how much she'd changed since that day in high school when she met George G., and how he had now turned into Sethlin of the ancient Irish story she was fabricating as an adult. "You're a social butterfly," the German teacher had said, sending her to study hall, but really she had a nosebleed, and that's why she was late for class.